What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Chill, where every single Tuesday I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network. Today we're talking the return of Miz and Mrs., which returned to USA Network this past Tuesday night. I don't think it's airing anymore after SmackDown Live. For some reason, I think it's airing after, like, Crisley Knows Best or some shit at, like, 11 p.m. on Tuesdays, which I think is kind of a dumb move. I think people who watch SmackDown will stick around and watch Miz and Mrs. after SmackDown ends, but whatever. I was honestly kind of surprised they brought the show back this quickly, because season 1, I mean, they had a whole batch of episodes last summer. They wrapped up the second half of season 1 earlier this year, like only a few short months ago, like back in April, and it's already July and they're starting to air season 2, so it kind of came back on an anticlimactic note. I didn't really see too much buzz about the return of Miz and Mrs., but I did check it out. As always, enjoyed it. This was called, it's episode 1 of season 2 is called Wheel of Miz-Fortune. You know, instead of Miz-Fortune, it's Miz-Fortune, whatever. So the episode starts with Miz and Maurice revealing that they're hosting a dinner and that they have to get ready for it, and they're actually having Robert Irvine come to the house. He's a very famous chef. He's actually the husband of Impact superstar, former WWE superstar, Gail Kim. No, she did not make an appearance on this episode, but we do see Robert Irvine there. Robert Irvine, who is a lot like, Gordon Ramsay, one of the most famous chefs in the world, I believe. So they're trying to impress him. Maurice calls Miz a bad cook. And after Miz leaves to go back on the road to do something, Maurice FaceTimes Miz from the house, confused about being able to turn, how she is able to turn on the TV. She doesn't know how to do it. She can't figure it out. So Miz and Rusev, who joins in on the call too, which is pretty funny because he's right by Miz, so he tries to help Miz walk Maurice through what she needs to do to get the TV on. She doesn't figure it out. They bond over the fact that their wives have no idea what they're doing when they're not. They have no clue what to do when they're not home. So when Miz gets back, he comes to find out that Maurice actually put Marjo's voice, Marjo being the mom of Maurice, she put Marjo's voice into the GPS. So Miz is not all too happy with that. He has to hear Marjo's voice all the time now. They go to Costco to go shop for the dinner party. While there, Maurice wants to buy a $900 cheese roll. A cheese wheel. I think it's called cheese wheel. $900. Maurice wants this thing, probably because, I guess it might look tasty and she wants to impress Robert Irvine. But at the same time, she knows it's a lot of money, so in her mind, she must think it's good. Miz, right off the bat says no, but ultimately caves, and they get the $900 cheese. So they end up buying it. Maurice wants to show that her justification for buying this cheese wheel is that they put love, is what she says, into everything they make. So that's why they bought the $900 cheese wheels, because they want to show Robert Irvine that they put love into all the food they make. Completely ridiculous, but completely typical of Maurice as well. That's hardly a surprise. It's so big they can't even fit it in the fridge, so Miz has to put it in another room. And when they're cutting it up, he uses a chainsaw, because that thing is that big. It's so big that he can't cut it with it like a normal knife, Meanwhile, Miz makes a how-to tutorial video for Maurice, for Marjo, about everything in the house for the women, where they can figure it out on their own when he's not home. But it goes wrong. He tries to turn on the TV, and he can't, so his tutorial kind of backfires. So from there, they bring the cheese with them to the store to get a $1,500 grill to cook this fucking thing. And they also go to a cooking class while they're there, not to cook the cheese, but to kind of learn how to cook, so it at least appears that they know what they're doing come time for the dinner party with Robert Irvine. While there, Maurice and Miz have a cook-off. They get back to the house. Ryan Cabrera, who's been on a few other episodes of Miz and Mrs. over the last, past season, watches them pre-cook before he shows up. Irvine arrives at the household and immediately judges their food, saying, "What is this? What are you guys doing?" Miz switches plates before giving it to Robert Irvine, meaning that whatever he cooked, he ended up giving him something else, because he knew that whatever he would make would be bad. Or I think he may have given Robert, Maurice's food, but claimed that it was his, so he tried to take credit for it. Meanwhile, the cheese, while in the grill, catches fire. They're freaking out. They got to go run to put it out. And he realizes that the cheese went up in flames because it was karma for him taking credit for the plate that he didn't make, that he gave it to Irvine anyway. But he's finally at peace now that the piece of cheese is gone, that the wheel of cheese has been lit up in flames. It's no more. Robert approves of the food they end up making. He's really happy with what they make. Miz, trying to kind of continue the good times here, tries to play some music in the background, but he can't because the music's not working. So it kind of goes to show that Miz, despite claiming to be the master of everything in the household, really isn't, and that shit can go wrong even when he least expects it. So at the end of the episode, Robert sends Miz a wheel of cheese, another wheel of cheese, that was just as big, if not bigger, than the last one. And Maurice actually called it Bertha, the last one Bertha, and now she says that this one is Bertha's cousin. So the wheel of cheese is back to haunt Miz and Maurice. But that's going to do it for Season 2, Episode 1 of Miz and Mrs. called Cheese Wheel of Miz-Fortune, airing all the time in USA Network, so check it out at your leisure. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll be back with more Miz and Mrs. reviews in the weeks to come. They'll probably be up sooner than, Sundays. They'll probably be up on like Fridays, Saturdays, going forward. I just got back from England the other day, so it's kind of going up a little delayed here. So thank you for bearing with me through that. But tomorrow, though, new Network and Chill on Monday, reviewing the Big Show special from after Smackville on Saturday. It's like a little mini documentary on Big Show, so be sure to check that out as well. Anyway, guys, have a great one. I'm Graham G. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.